The world is closer to a global conflict today than at any point since the Cold War. Superpowers are drawing battle lines, alliances are hardening. But in the middle of this chaos, one major power stands alone: India, the world's largest democracy and the fourth strongest military. While the West pushes for alliances and the East builds opposing blocs, New Delhi has remained strangely silent. Is India's neutrality a sign of weakness, or is it the ultimate strategy? First, we have to understand that for India, World War III isn't about joining a team, it's about survival. During the Cold War, India chose non-alignment. Today, that policy has evolved into strategic autonomy or multi-alignment. Think of it this way: India refuses to be a junior partner to the US or a satellite state of Russia. This is the diplomatic shield. By maintaining deep ties with both sides, India makes itself indispensable. The West needs India to counter China. Russia needs India to keep its economy afloat. In a global war scenario, India's plan is to be the swing state, the power that tips the balance but refuses to bleed for someone else's war. While the world worries about a war in Europe, India is already preparing for its own version of World War III right on its borders. It's called the two-front war scenario. Indian military planners operate under the assumption that if a global conflict breaks out, China and Pakistan could attack simultaneously. To counter this, India has shifted its entire military posture. If a war breaks out involving China, the Himalayas are a stalemate. The real winner will be decided in the Indian Ocean. This is India's backyard, and it's the throat of the global economy. Over 80% of China's energy imports pass through the Indian Ocean. India's plan? Choke it. The Indian Navy is modernizing rapidly. They are moving towards a 170-ship navy, including 2 operational aircraft carriers and, most importantly, nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines, SSBIMs, like the INS Arihant class. These submarines are the silent guardians, capable of staying underwater for months, ensuring that even if India is attacked on land, they can strike back from the deep sea. In a global war, India doesn't need to march to Beijing, it just needs to shut down the shipping lanes in the Indian Ocean. But what if conventional war escalates? This brings us to the scariest part of the plan: the nuclear doctrine. India maintains a no-first-use policy. This means India will never start a nuclear war. However, there is a terrifying clause attached to it: massive retaliation. The doctrine states that if Indian forces or territory are attacked with nuclear, biological, or chemical weapons, the retaliation will be, quote, massive and designed to inflict unacceptable damage. Essentially, India's plan is to ensure that the cost of attacking New Delhi is the total destruction of the attacker. It's a grim promise, but it's the only thing that guarantees peace between nuclear neighbors. Finally, modern wars aren't just fought with missiles, they are fought with sanctions. We saw how Russia was cut off from the global financial system. India is watching closely. The push for Atmanirbhar Bharat or self-reliant India isn't just an economic slogan, it's a war survival strategy. By localizing defense production, making everything from rifles to fighter jets at home, and settling trade in rupees, India is trying to sanction-proof itself. The goal is to ensure that if the world shuts down, India can still feed its people, fuel its tanks, and fight its battles without begging foreign powers for spare parts. So, does India have a plan for World War III? Yes, but it's not a plan to conquer. India's plan is active deterrence. It is building a fortress so strong that no one dares to drag it into a fight, while using its diplomatic weight to push for peace. In a world of wolves, India is sharpening its claws, not to hunt, but to ensure it never becomes the prey. What do you think? Can India truly stay neutral if a global war breaks out? Let me know in the comments below.